Hi. Uh, so, my name is Lindsay Albright, and I'm going to talk to you about book trades. Um, so, my boyfriend and I, we both like to read, but he likes to read like high fantasy, and he likes absurdist humor, and he likes things with maps. Um, he likes a lot of really interesting stuff, and I've read some books that he has recommended before, which has been fantastic and awesome. But I also want him to read some books that I think he might like. So, um, we have decided to do a book trade system where I'll read a book in exchange for him reading a book, which is a um, system that we've been working on since yesterday, which was very fun to start on. And we are uh, getting into the nitty gritty today. And so I figured I'd do like a short video about what we're probably going to be doing reading wise. So the books that I know he is going to recommend, because we are making spreadsheets and seeing what the exchange rate's going to be, because like you don't want to have a super dense book and then trade it with like something light and sweet. Um, so that's how we're gonna handle that. Uh, I know that he wants me to read quite a few of the Zonth books. He likes Zonth, but I am probably mispronouncing that, by the way. Sorry, but he likes that series by Piers Anthony. I have read up to book 7, which is Dragon on a Pedestal. Um, and I liked that. I read too many back to back to back, which was not good for my morale because I needed to break it up. I was young and dumb. Now we know that I need to break it up, and the system will help us with that because it's not like we're going to exclusively be reading these books. Um, we're going to once once the trade is complete, then we go to the next one. So it's not back to back to back. It's not like, hey, I finished that book, here's the next one. It's, hey, I finished that book, let me know when you finish the one that I had you read. That kind of thing. So it's like a book club, but we're exchanging books and not reading the same one at the same time, and it's just the two of us. I would really love to have a friend book club. How fun would that be? Like, I've done some for work. I'm getting so sidetracked, aren't I? Okay, so he wants me to read Zonth up to book 22 of the series, which is Zombie Lover. So I'd be reading Cruel Lie to Zombie Lover. He also would like me to read the third book in the A Porson series, which is also the book is called A Porson. And that is by Garth Nix. I have read the first two. I liked them. I really like Lyriel. I like Sabriel. I am obsessed with Mogget. If we ever get Black Cat, a White Cat, a Siamese, a Russian Blue, I'm naming it Mogget. It's happening. I need it. Mogget is the most perfect talking animal ever. But I also really, really hate the character Touchstone. He's just so bland. It's why I didn't just volunteer to read the third book. Because he shows up and he's so boring. Oh my god. And the last series he would like me to read as far as his book trade is what is it called? It was The Immortals by Tamora Price, I think. Yeah, Tamara Price, Tamora Price, something along those lines, I believe. Yeah, so that's coming up for that. Let's see. I do know that he would like for me to read the Young Merlin series because he really liked it. But he also doesn't want to think about it being in this list because it's already super long on his end. So he isn't sure about including it, but I've already put it on. I put the first book on my wish list because I like everything he's told me about so far. Okay, so the books that I am giving to, or that I want him to read, in exchange, because like I don't read a lot of high fantasy, so it's really nice for me to read the books that he's suggesting. And I would like him to read some other kinds of books too that I think he might like, because he might like the magic system, or he might like the characters, or the subject matter, or something like that. Um, just stuff that I think he might like. Uh, yeah. So what I have so far for him to read is A Darker Shade of Magic. I would love for him to read the series. So, Molly, just lay down, please. Thank you. I would really like for him to read the Darker Shade of Magic series. That is by V.E. Schwab, and I think that he would really like the magic system. I know I really liked the magic system, and I just feel like it is something that would be in his wheelhouse. So I would really like for him to read it. I've been pushing for him to read it for like a year or two, and he is willing to read it in exchange for me reading one of his books. So, yay. Um, I would like for him to read Blood and Chocolate by Annette Curtis Klaus, because that is my favorite book, and it has been my favorite book since middle school. I have tried to talk to him about it, and I have already gotten a lot of criticism from him about that one. Um, and I understand that he might not like it, and that is okay. I am perfectly fine with that, but I would really like him to have the source material for not, for having his own opinion. Like, he can have an opinion based off of what he's heard, and what he uh, can glean from the synopsis. But it's my favorite book, so I'd really love it if he would give it a shot to see if I just didn't explain it well, or if he has specific reasons why he doesn't like it, I other than like stuff that I've just told him. I just really want to know what he thinks. I would just really like him to read it, just for fun, for my sake, for the fact that I've read it a billion times, and I just want him to read it. He doesn't have to like it. I don't want him to like it or I don't want him to say that he likes it if he doesn't like it. Like, I can be rational and have a good discussion about it. And we don't even have to have a discussion if we don't want to. I just want him to try it. I just don't think that I gave it justice when I tried to explain it, because I think I fangirled a little. Just a little bit. I also really would like for him to try out Sea Dragon Air. It drags a little, especially in the middle. I liked the whole series. I want more of that series. It is the Magra Von Diaz Chronicles by Storm Constantine. I won't try to make him read the whole. It's basically a trilogy. I won't try to make him read the whole trilogy, but I am in love with this trilogy. I want more. I know that I'll never get more, because I think Storm Constantine is done writing it completely. Will not be picking it back up. She tied it up very nicely at the end, but I still want more. It's incredible. Oh, I love it so much. Um, yeah, that might be my favorite work by her. Like, it's so good. I've even tried to find like fanfics of it so that I could get more in some way. It doesn't have many out there. Okay, but we'll move on. I also have You Slay Me on there by Katie McAllister. I really like that book because it's very funny. It has monsters, it has dragons. You know who likes monsters and dragons? My boyfriend. You know who likes funny? My boyfriend. So, yes, I would like for him to try it. I know it's a romance and doesn't really fall into his usual reading wheelhouse, but it's fun. So, maybe. Um, I also put on Daughters of the Lake by Wendy Webb. I just really enjoyed it. It's a mystery. It's set in my favorite place in the whole world, which is like the Lake Superior area. And she captures the essence of that area and how it feels to be there just perfectly. And I don't know, maybe he can get a feel for like how it feels to be up there if he reads that beautiful diction. Oh God, it's gorgeous. Beautiful writing, I suppose. I don't know. It's gorgeous. I also put on there The Devil You Know by Mike Carey and Stormfront by Jim Butcher. They are both urban fantasy, and I really like them. They have a fun magic system. They uh they both have main characters that are sometimes hard to love, sometimes impossible to not love. Um, they're both snarky and fun, and uh, I really like them. So I don't know. He likes monsters. There's monsters. He likes magic. There's magic. He there's a wizard in one of them. The Jim Butcher series has a wizard. I guess it's called the Harry Dresden series. I shouldn't call it the author then series, should I? So the Harry Dresden series has, uh, a wizard and fun elements like that. It's got humor. It's got dark, gritty details. I've read 5 of the books so far, and they are an absolute emotional roller coaster. So they're sometimes a little hard to read for me, just because I feel like one second you'll be like top side elation, and there'll be something funny, and there'll be some high impact action, and then all of a sudden, lowest of the low, author's clearly trying to make you cry moment. And it's not that I don't like that, it's that I can't handle a lot all at once. So I'll read a book, and then I have to read a couple of books before I can come back to that. And it was another series that I made the mistake of reading them back to back. So that's where that problem came from. Still a good series. It's a great series. I also like the Felix Castor series. I've been told multiple times that they're basically the same series. They're not. They're good. They have similarities, but they're not the same. I really enjoy it. I enjoy the character growth. I enjoy the side characters quite a bit. It's just very fun. I have To Wake the Dead on there. That one's by Richard Lehman. It's a horror book. He likes monsters. This one's an excellent mummy story, and I really like it. I think about it a lot, and I read it like 11 years ago, I think. It's so good. In the same lines of that mummy idea, I also put on The Attraction by Douglas Clegg. Douglas Clegg is one of my favorite authors. He does tend to write on like a higher intellectual level, and my boyfriend can definitely handle that. He is very good at that kind of thing. It is like Richard Lehman and Douglas Clegg have 2 very different writing styles, and this has a similar kind of monster. So I think it would be really fun for him to read those 2 and then like talk with me about how each author handled the subject. So I think that would be really fun. I put Bad Things by Tamara Thorne on the list, which is about like I don't want to spoil anything. It has like malicious fairies in it, and I don't mean like the pretty ones with the ears and the it has malicious tree beings. It's hard to explain. You can look up a synopsis if you want. Her name is Tamara Thorne. I'll try to add in a little I'll put her name right here. It's gonna be right here, right down here somewhere, right down here. Yeah. So her name is Tamara Thorne. She wrote Bad Things. If you'd like to look up a synopsis, that'd be awesome. I might even link you a synopsis. I might link synopses for all of these. We'll see. But I really like how she handled that. That's another one that I've been thinking about for years after I read it. I put Relic on there by Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child. It's very detective-y, and it has a monster. We like monsters. We're good at monsters. It's on the list. He also told me that when he was a kid, he would read anything. He would read anything with a map. I don't have a lot of books with maps that I'm aware of, because if there's a map, I just kind of just flip by it. Sorry. Maps are amazing. They're wonderful. Like, I envy the people that are able to make them and follow along with them and everything. I'm just not a big map person. But I do remember there being a map in Three Dark Crowns, which is by Kendare Blake. And you may have heard of the hype that was out a couple of years ago when the book came out. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the book quite a bit. I devoured it. I love all the subsequent books. I need to catch up. But that's neither here nor there, is it? But it has a magic system, and maybe he'll like it. Maybe he won't. We'll find out. That one's the one that I'm really on the fence about, if he'll like it or not. I'm hoping he might, because that would open up other things that for like this book trade, but I don't know. The last one that I have on my end is Cold Storage by David Cope. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say his last name. Cope? Cold Storage. It's science fiction. It has zombies. It has a viral aspect. I know that's not great for quarantine time and pandemic time, but it's super funny. It's really gross. And I had so much fun reading it. I think you might like it. Yeah. So, as far as I know, on his list so far, we have about something around 20 books, and my list has about 15. So, I guess we'll see. If some of my books are bigger in density, which is what I'm going to be researching today, soon, then we'll work on that. I don't know. We'll squeeze stuff around. We'll make it work. The rules for this are that we're allowed to say no to any book that we really don't want to read. We can stop reading a book if we really don't like it. The idea is to try. It's not to complete. We are allowed to, we're allowed to just flat out say no. We're allowed to drop a book if we don't like it. We aren't suggesting anything that that we know the other person won't like. So everything is like, we're pretty sure they'll like it. And there are no hate reads in there. So no books in there where we're just like, oh, I hate this so much, and I want somebody to talk about it. I have an English degree. Okay, so we aren't doing any books that we absolutely hate and just want to hate it with somebody else and have that person read it too. We're not doing that. So these are all books that we really enjoy, really love, really want the other person to read and enjoy, and hopefully enjoy. It's okay if they don't enjoy. That's kind of the point, so that we can talk about it, so that we can have these big conversations about them, because that's one of the joys of our relationship, is getting to like have these big conversations and talk about like minute details and things that they could have done like another way or just anything. We do it with movies too, but we'll hate watch a movie. We watch all kinds of stuff, but yeah. So that's how our book trade is gonna go. I'm hoping this video turns out because I accidentally clicked out of it at one point, so it might not. How fun. Ah. Okay, well, I am going to go ahead and click out of this and get everything else set up and done and peachy. And I have a lot to do tomorrow because Nolly and I are leaving on our solo trip on Sunday. I highly doubt I'll get enough reading done to do a writing vlog because I still need to pack. I have an interview tomorrow. I need to go see Scott before I leave. Um, I gotta give Princess Nolly a zillion kisses, and that does take time, you know. So I probably won't get enough writing done to do a writing vlog, and I won't be writing while I'm away, but I will post a travel video if I can make it work. So this has been fun. Thank you for talking with me and listening. And I don't know. If you have any projects that you're working on lately, please, I don't know, let me see or let me know or where I can let me know where I can see them in the comments because I do love projects. If you notice, I'm not doing any embroidery right now, and maybe it's because I'm on my bed with Nolly, and this was meant to be super quick, and now it's the longest video. But yeah, okay. Goodbye for now.